Welcome to episode 11 of Shaman Talk with Tegan. Today we're going to talk about despachos or prayer bundles. So as far as this video is concerned, there are two main different despachos that we're going to talk about, okay? So we're going to start with the Anyi despacho. And this is a despacho that I've made multiple times. And as I continue through this video, you'll kind of understand why. That only kind of makes sense. So any kind of despacho is considered, it's also known as a prayer bundle. So when you make an Anyi despacho, what happens is it's all about intention. So you got your big piece of paper, and I won't go through every single little step of this video for time's sake, and because I don't want people to think I'm giving you a step-by-step guide to do these things by yourself, because that's not the case either. But if you are interested in Anyi despacho and want to make one or do one with me, feel free to always contact me because I will totally be down with that. Okay, Anyi despacho. Basically take a giant piece of paper. It can be any type of paper. It can literally be like wrapping paper. I use all different kinds. You just have a big enough piece so that you make a circle. So I make a circle out of sugar, and I put that into four corners, kind of, north, south, east, west, or again, there's a whole different way you could do it, but that's the way I've been taught. You have a circle and you cut it into four sections made out of sugar. Now from there, you basically pick different ingredients that you want to put in this despacho, this prayer bundle, to represent the thoughts and intentions you want to put into it. So again, there's a whole list of things that we can do, that we can put in despachos, and they mean different things depending on what you want to do. So when I did one last time, it was, just out of respect for Mother Earth. So I took things like chocolate chips, because I'm still trying to feel the joy of life, the sweetness of life, like everybody should, even when it mixes in with the intense stuff, to remember to feel the sweetness of life. And, I put them in there clockwise. And the difference here is that, you're not just throwing the chocolate chips into the circle or the leaves into the circle. You're putting each piece in with intent. So another example is literally just grabbing some leaves, and these represent earth spirits, and just basically saying okay, hey, these are for the earth spirits, and then you're going to put each one either in each section, or, as you go, it kind of tells you where it wants everything. So you're just taking different ingredients and you're setting them in your circle, and you're setting the intention of celebrating, of happiness, or, of getting to that place of happiness and joy. Also, you have in the middle of your despacho 3 leaves that you blow your intention into. So like I said, the last one I made was to honor Mother Earth. It could be for you to find success in your love life even, whatever you want to do, as long as it's out of positivity and it's with good intentions. So again, this is very general of process of what we're doing here. So after you put the ingredients all on, usually it's at least 4 to 5 ingredients, if not 10. My mentor actually has a funny story. When she went to Peru to get reinitiated and everything, they were making despacho. She said even amongst the other shaman, they'd be like, oh no, this has to be here, and then this has to go here, and then you can't put this next to this. So it's open to interpretation, and it can be a fun thing, but it's done with good intentions and, a sense of it's not a game, you know what I'm saying? It's done with a sense of seriousness, but it's also meant to bring joy and light. So to bring this into the modern world, I guess, I know someone who did one for a baby shower. They, made the despacho, had to do the shaman things to initiate everything, but then from there, people could come up and sprinkle, some confetti in there, or they had tiny little sugar baby rattles that they put in the despacho. So it's just done in celebration or for finding joy and purity, basically. After that's finished, you could have all the ingredients on. The 2 ways I've been taught so far that you kind of finish it off is either by putting flowers over the top. You cover the entire thing, all the ingredients, the circle and flowers, or in cotton. And you pull the cotton apart and kind of make it look like a big cloud. From there, you cover it, so it's almost like a tiny little square now, right? So we took everything, we squished it in, Then you have to tie it with a colorful either ribbon or colorful twine or whatever you have that's going to hold it. From there, you can't flip it over though. That's the thing. As you're folding and tying, you can't flip it over as you're tying, which can be harder than it sounds. But yeah, because otherwise it's kind of seen as like disrespect. And that obviously you just spent this whole time putting these good intentions into this despacho, and you don't want that. So finding a way to fold it, tie it without flipping it over. Then it can sit out for a while. It can kind of soak in all those good intentions. You could even go by and feel the good intentions, or, you know, whatever you want to do. And then from there, you have three options. You either burn it, you bury it in the earth, or you put it in a body of moving water. So like a river, not, you know, your local pond that's stagnant, probably not a great place. So far, every time I've done one, I've burned it. It's kind of the easiest way. And then what happens is between either the earth, water, or fire, those intentions kind of get released into the air and into your energy field. And you're actually not supposed to watch it burn either. That's kind of one of those rules. So after you throw in the fire, maybe have a spotter, you know, do a quick check to make sure there's no hazard going on, but you're not supposed to sit and watch your despacho burn. You're supposed to just let it be. Let the intentions go. Okay, so that's the basics of the Anyi Despacho. Happiness, celebration, good intentions, you know, powerful prayers coming forward. We're going to take a second now and switch gears to the Kuti Despacho. So the Kuti Despacho, while still a despacho, is a lot different. So this Kuti Despacho I have not personally done yet, because it is not something that is taken lightly. And it's not like, oh, whoopsies, I accidentally threw stuff out of the circle in my Anyi Despacho. Just, you know, scooch it back in, it's fine. The Kuti Despacho is different. And of course, that being said, just because I haven't done one yet, if by the end of this video, by the end of this section, you're like, oh my gosh, that's something I need, contact me. There's a first time for everything. We'll get it done, okay? Just because I haven't done it yet doesn't mean I can't. All right, so Kuti Despacho. The Kuti Despacho is for a specific person or persons or place. This isn't just a general thing that you do. This is for when someone feels like it's just been one thing after the other, negative, horrible things happening. They can't get a grip on their life no matter what they try and do. It's almost like their life is spiraling out of control. Or if you feel like you've had a thought of like, I'm cursed, or there's a demon in my house or something, even if that's not necessarily the case, but it's those feelings of like never-ending fear or just spiraling depression or whatever it is that, you know, even if you've gone on medication, even if you're seeing a therapist, it just doesn't get better. That's what the Kuti Despacho is for. It's for taking those negative, heavy energies and clearing them. So again, it's not something to be taken lightly. So the difference here, you still have your giant piece of paper that you start with, but the paper has to be black. And again, these aren't all the literal steps you and I would have to do, but this is just the gist of it. 'Cause again, this is not something that you should hear me talk about. Be like, ooh, let's try. No. If you feel like you need to try it, contact me. Okay, so we have our black piece of paper, and instead of using our sugar to make a circle in our four corners, we use salt. And everything that you and I or whoever else is affected by this energy have to do, we have to do it counterclockwise. Even if I'm passing you an ingredient to put on, I have to pass it counterclockwise to everyone. And I just did it clockwise. Counterclockwise. Don't worry, if I had come to do one, I'll have it done. It'll be okay. Yes, you have salt on black paper, and all the ingredients are put on counterclockwise, and they have to be, and again, there's a whole list of things and what they're meant for, but you know, just the basics here. They have to either be red or black in color, and or spicy or bitter. You know, the things that we think of that kind of are like, ooh, like a little standoffish. And that's just how it's got to be, because those ingredients help to like draw in that negativity and hopefully draw it away from you. So you also can add certain herbs that are meant to help cleanse and purify. An example of that is like cinnamon. You can add that as well, which isn't black or red, but it's meant to help in purifying. So after we put all the ingredients that I think are necessary, we do this together. Then unlike the other despacho, where you covered either in flowers or in your clouds, you cover this fully in salt. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard about salt and how it can banish negativity and keep things at bay, and that's very true. So we cover the entire thing in salt. Then I fold it up into that little bundle like our other one, tie it off, not a colorful tie, but a black one. And then from there, here's where it differs. Unlike the Anyi Despacho where you just leave it until you're ready to burn it, I have to then flip it, spin it counterclockwise, use that bundle to then clear your energetic field, similar to an illumination, but not with my hands. I have to use the Despacho in which all this negative energy is coming through. And actually, before we even do that, before I flip it, spin it, then you gotta stick your left foot on it, and that's what drains that energy from you. Then from there, when I think like, okay, most of the energy's gone, that's when I pick that thing up again, clear your energy with it, make sure everything is gone. And then that's when you don't leave it sitting around. It's like, boom, go outside and burn it now, or throw it in the fireplace now. Anyi Despacho, like I said, can kind of sit around a little bit because it's full of positivity and good intentions. That thing is not. If you truly have something attached to you, or like you have this dense, horrible negativity that an illumination or a spirit detachment won't help with, that bundle is not good. So we get rid of it immediately. And then from there, we do actually an Anyi Despacho afterwards, if possible on the same day. But if not, it's like as soon as you can, you do an Anyi Despacho, back to putting happy and fun ingredients together with sugar and flowers and things like that. So again, those aren't the exact full steps, but those are the basic steps of each Despacho. So we got our Anyi Despacho, which can be done in a ton of different ways with a ton of different ingredients, as long as it's done in positivity and it's done, from your heart of pure intentions. Then even if you put some things on counterclockwise, it's like, it'll be fine. Kuti Despacho, on the other hand, is much more serious, much more intense. And again, this is something I haven't even actually made, but I just know from everything else I've experienced and other things that I've heard, it's like, whew, this is for, not for fun time, not for celebrating. This is for draining and unwinding negative energies from you and or your house or whatever it may be. Okay. So if either of those interest you, again, this is not supposed to be a step-by-step guide for you to do it on your own, because there are steps that as the shaman for both of them that I have to do in order for it to actually work, you know what I mean? So, I have to do some rattling with my rattle and certain things, calling in certain energies to make sure that everything's, kosher. So, if something like that interests you for a celebration, you want to make an Anyi Despacho, something different, something fun, then, just let me know. It'll be a fun thing to do. Or if you're in the opposite boat, where you heard me talk about the Kuti Despacho and you're like, yes, my life has been spiraling out of control, obviously contact me first. I always, when people come to me with the heavy stuff, we always got to talk it out first, because sometimes it might be like, oh, you don't need a Kuti Despacho, you need a soul retrieval, or vice versa. A lot of people call me and they're like, oh, I need to cut a cord, and it's like, oh, no, you don't. You need a spirit detachment. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. But if you feel like that heaviness, you have no control over your life, and you've tried to help yourself in different ways, or maybe you've seen me and done illumination with me and it's still constant chaos, then we can consider doing the Kuti Despacho. Just know that they're different under the Despacho umbrella, but they both work and they both can heal. And that's the whole point of most of the things of shamanism, is to help yourself and help other people heal. So as usual, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, email me or leave a comment or find me on Instagram or Facebook at Tarot with Tegan. And then, yeah, we can just talk. And if you ever need my services, just let me know. I have my website up here as well. And I just want to throw out there, because I don't think I did this last video, I obviously, charge for my services, but if you're ever in like deep need of some kind of healing or the Kuti Despacho or whatever it is, something just not right and you're like, oh, I can't afford it, still message me. It's fine. We can figure out something to do, a way to figure it out, okay? So never let the monetary thing stop you from contacting me. Or even if you just have questions, that's cool too. All right. Whew. Feeling good. I'm going to go make an Anyi Despacho actually, because in the winter time, it's a little hard to either be outside or, throw things in a frozen river or bury them underground. So I feel like this is also my guides kind of pushing me to be like, all right, well, let's get going here.